So the shir today will be on the subject of a Maimah Chazal that you probably have heard before. Asida Eretz Yisrael Shetispashit B'chol Yerushalayim, or B'chol Ha'olam. That Eretz Yisrael will expand and expand to the entire world. Yerushalayim, it says, will also expand, and Yerushalayim will expand into all of Eretz Yisrael. Asida Yerushalayim Shetispashit B'chol Eretz Yisrael. This is a Maimer Azal that's quoted in many places. There is a Maimer in Parshas Maseh where the Alter Rebbe discusses this inyan, which we'll talk about soon. But the interesting thing is, this exact lashon, which is quoted in many places, does not appear anywhere in Chazal. It's interesting, when I was making research on this subject, there's a few svarim that were put out over the years, more than one, that bring all quotes, all different kinds of quotes that people say in the name of Chazal that don't appear in Chazal anywhere. This is one of them. It doesn't say anywhere. Asida Yerushalayim Shetispashit. It doesn't. This lashon doesn't say anywhere.
Tomorrow?
No. But there are at least 5 or 6 sources where it says very similar to it or a variation of this lashon. So I wrote down a few of the lashonos that it says. The closest that it says to this lashon is in a Medrash, in a Psikta, in Yalkut Shmeini, where it says, Asida Yerushalayim liya is k'Eretz Yisrael. Yerushalayim will be like Eretz Yisrael, which means that Yerushalayim will be as large as all of Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael k'chol olam kuleh. And Eretz Yisrael will be the whole world. That's the closest you have to this lashon. Then there's a Gemara in Psachim Daf Nun Amud Aleph. The Gemara in Psachim says, the Gemara brings a pasuk there in Zechariah where it says, Bayoyim Ahu Yiyeh, I can't read my handwriting. Yiyeh al matzalois hasus kaidish lashem. I believe that's what it says here. That on that day it's going to be holy to Hashem. What's going to be holy to Hashem? Al matzalois hasus, like a horse and its shadow. What is this referring to? What's going to be holy like a horse and its shadow? So the Gemara there says, Amar Rabbi Shua ben Levi, Osid HaKadosh Baruch Hu, LaHoisev al Yerushalayim Achash Sus Rotz Umatzel. That Yerushalayim, the Eibusher will add to its space, like as large as a horse runs with its shadow. Whatever the significance of the shadow is, but as long as a horse could run, I guess in one run, in one shot, without taking a break. So whatever that is, a couple of miles, how long could a horse run? So the Eibusher will add, according to this Gemara, it sounds like, not that the Eibusher is going to expand Yerushalayim into all of Eretz Yisrael, but it's going to be expanded as long as a horse could run. Then there's a Medrash that says different. I mean, I'm not sure how all these this seems to be different Medrashim, different possibilities. I don't see how you can reconcile them. There's a Sifri that says, there's a pasuk that says, V'damesek menuchosai. The Eibusher's peace, his rest, the place where he rests is in Damesek. And the Medrash there says, Menuchasai Zeiru Yerushalayim. The place of the Eibusher's Menucha is Yerushalayim, not in Damesek. What does it say Damesek for? The answer is, Asida Yerushalayim Lagia Ad Damesek. Yerushalayim will be expanded all the way to Damesek, which is up in the north. Yerushalayim is more down to the center, and it'll be expanded all the way up to Damesek. So that's a third option of what's going to happen. Okay, there's more. There's another place in the Medrash where it says that Yerushalayim will expand ad Ukiyanis, down all the way till the ocean. Not sure which ocean this refers to. Another place it says that Yerushalayim will go at Seif Kol Ha'olam. Yerushalayim will expand until the entire world. No, so and there's more. I didn't quote all. I have over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Teifanim.
With the ocean is not where it's Israel borders. That's the sea. It's the Mediterranean. You go all the way further out to the ocean.
I have no idea what Ukiyanis it means. Huh?
Something usually called the Mediterranean Ocean.
Maybe.
Maybe. Another
In
place.
Allah, it's called the ocean. No.
Another place. No.
It's called the Yam HaGadol, the Great Sea, not the ocean. I think the ocean is even further out.
So what's the significance of all of this? What does it mean that Yerushalayim is going to be mispashit? It doesn't, the pashtos, it doesn't mean in physical space that the actual ground will expand. It's not what it's referring to. I mean, not. Although there is a famous Gemara that you probably know that says that Eretz Yisrael today is a very tiny place because Eretz Yisrael is like the skin of a deer, Eretz Hatzvi. Just like the skin of a deer, when you take it off of the animal, it shrinks because it's stretched on the actual body of the deer. It's the same with Eretz Yisrael. When Yidden are Eisner Tzayne Shal Makayim, Eretz Yisrael expands. And when Yidden are not Eisner Tzayne Shal Makayim, it shrinks. So it could very well be that over here as well, what we're talking about is a physical expansion of the city Yerushalayim, or a physical expansion of Eretz Yisrael. We have in this week's parsha where it says that David took all of Eretz Yisrael and he folded it under Yaakov Avinu when he went to sleep. Dalad Meis Parasal, Dalad Meis Parasal. So I mean, it's in a dream, so it doesn't need it to physically happen. But David can fold Eretz Yisrael. David can unfold it. He can expand it. He can. So there may be a physical dimension to the meaning of this Gemara, but the simple pshat of the Gemara that it says expands, it's referring to not the space, not the earth itself, but it's referring to the kedusha of Eretz Yisrael. That the actual kedusha of Eretz Yisrael, or the kedusha of Yerushalayim, will expand outside the limitations that it has or had bisman of the Beis Hamikdash. Which means then, that whatever halachas applies to Yerushalayim, there's all kinds of halachas that apply specifically to Yerushalayim. For example, Ma'aser Sheni. You have to bring Ma'aser Sheni up to Yerushalayim.
That's for the Parakechov days.
Yeah. Okay, not long ago. Yes, no, yeah.
We're doing it now.
Okay, good. And Kachim Kalim is the karbanis that are eaten only in the walls of Yerushalayim. So does it mean that La'asad Lavai, Ma'aser Sheni could be eaten in all of Eretz Yisrael, and Kachim Kalim could be eaten in all of Eretz Yisrael? So does this have an actual ramification in halacha, or is this just a ruchniistic concept that the kedusha of Eretz Yisrael will expand with no actual halachic ramification?
In old times, it wouldn't have mattered because how far can you travel from Yerushalayim out? It wouldn't matter. But now, with a 6-hour drive, you could be in Damascus. And
that's for the kachim kalim that people are eating. But for the maestris, it always matters. If a person is growing meiser anywhere in Eretz Yisrael, does he have to carry his meiser sheni up to Yerushalayim to eat it there, or he could eat it where he is in all of Eretz Yisrael? According to one opinion, kolay olam kulay.
Right.
So there's a marsha. The marsha brings a pasuk in Zechariah where it says, "V'hoya kol sir b'Yerushalayim u'b'Yehuda kodesh." The pot of meat that you cook, whether it's in Yerushalayim or in Yehuda, which is other sections in Eretz Yisrael, it's all going to be holy. So the Marsha says, what is this pasuk referring to? What kind of holy meat? It's referring to the karbanis. Kodesh is karbanis. So he says this is referring to kachim kalim, that la'asad lava, Yidden will be eating kachim kalim, not only in Yerushalayim, what's Yerushalayim today, but even in other places in Eretz Yisrael, it will expand outward. That's what the Marsha says. So the Marsha says that this has an halachic ramification. But then there's a big discussion in Mefarshim regarding the subject, because if you look in Gemara and Mishnah and Rambam and many places, what is clear l'chayda is that the city of Yerushalayim is always measured. What's the border of Yerushalayim? Where's the end of Yerushalayim? It's the wall of the city, the Chaim of Yerushalayim. Whenever it discusses the dinam of Ma'aser Sheni, it always discusses inside the wall, outside the wall. It's always about the wall of Yerushalayim. There's a story about the tree, where the trunk of the tree is outside, and the branches of the tree are hanging over the wall inside. It's always about the wall of Yerushalayim. That is the border of Yerushalayim. So it's mashma that if you have a wall, then that's where Yerushalayim goes till not past that wall. So the question is, what's going to happen last of That's going to change? The border of the wall won't matter anymore? So there's actually another very well-known nevuah, which is a very well-known song, which is Parazais Teishav Yerushalayim. That La'asad Lavei. Another nevuah is that there will be no wall surrounding the city of Yerushalayim. And Rashi there says that because La'asad Lavei, the population of the people living in Yerushalayim will be so large that it'll keep on expanding, Rashi says, that it'll expand more and more and more without an end. Where will everyone want to live La'asad Lavei? Yerushalayim, near the Beis Hamikdash. Where else is there to live La'asad Lavei? So it's going to constantly expand, and there'll be no wall b'chlal. So if there's no wall, so the question then is, so then what happens to the borders of Yerushalayim? So does this go along together with the concept that Yerushalayim is going to expand into the whole Eretz Yisrael? That's maybe why there'll be no wall. How does this work? So there's a sefer called B'nai Tzion, and over there he says that the emes is that the wall really doesn't carry any significance regarding the border of Yerushalayim. It's not be'etzem the wall that makes it, elamai. Then, when they put up the walls around Yerushalayim, where did they put up the walls? There was the people that settled in Yerushalayim. When they built the first Beis HaMikdash, there were the people that settled in Yerushalayim. When they put up the walls around Yerushalayim, they didn't put the walls immediately outside of the houses where people lived. They put the walls further out to make space for more people that may come to live in Yerushalayim. So the walls were further out. In that case, when the walls are further out of where the people settled, so you go according to the walls. But La'asad Lavai, where people are going to be settled and living, Yerushalayim is going to be packed. It's going to be a dense population in Yerushalayim in every inch of the city. So you'll need no walls, B'chlal. So then a taka won't go according to the walls. Yerushalayim is going to expand further out, and you can eat meiser even without any walls. It's not going to be totally in the walls anymore. That's according to one opinion. It's nothing to do with the walls. But it's not so pashut because, as I said, if you look anywhere in the Rambam, you look in the Rambam Hilchas Beis HaBechira, you look in the Rambam Hilchas Meiser Sheni, wherever you look in the Rambam, he's always talking about the walls. There's actually a Befeidish Halach in the Rambam where the Rambam talks about the process that Bezdin has to take if they want to expand the borders of Yerushalayim. You can expand the borders. You can change the borders at any time, but there's a whole process how it's done with a carbon, a whole process how it's done. And the Rambam, whenever he talks about the borders of Yerushalayim, he talks about expanding the borders and putting the wall in a further location. It's all about where you're going to place the wall. That's what's mashma from the Rambam. So it's not just about expanding it and then that you have to actually place the wall in that location where you expand it to. So from the Rambam, it's mashma that there always has to be a wall surrounding Yerushalayim. And actually in that pasuk, Prazis Teishav Yerushalayim, Rashi says Prazis Teishav Yerushalayim means that it's going to be an open city without a wall. But the Radak over there in the pasuk says no, there's going to be a wall around Yerushalayim, even La'asad Lavai. It says Prazis Teishav Yerushalayim. It says what it means is La'asad Lavai, everybody's going to want to live in Yerushalayim, but there's going to be a wall. And Yerushalayim only physically has that amount of space within the wall. There's going to be a lot of Yidden living right outside the walls of Yerushalayim, all around, all four sides of the walls of Yerushalayim. And there, that's the presentation of Yerushalayim. There's going to be inside the wall and outside the wall. And the people outside the wall are also going to be sort of considered Yerushalayim, suburbs of Yerushalayim, right? But they're going to be outside the wall. But the Nevuah is referring to those people that are going to all be
taxes of Yerushalayim, for example.
Maybe, yeah, okay. But they're not inside the wall. So according to the Radak and according to the Rambam, even the Asad Lavei, there will be a wall surrounding the city of Yerushalayim. Okay, but the question though is, does this then mean that even La'asad Lavai, when it says that Yerushalayim will expand into the rest of Eretz Yisrael, it has no halachic ramification? It's just a matter of the Kedusha of Yerushalayim, but the actual halacha of Meiser Sheni, according to the Rambam L'chayre, will still be limited to the city of Yerushalayim. Possible, I don't know. Okay, but there's now another interesting pshat that the Rebbe says in a few places in Likkutei Sichos. The Rebbe repeated this in me. You have it in more than one place, where the Rebbe teaches slightly differently. That La'asad Lavai Prazis Teishav Yerushalayim, it's going to be an open city without any wall. Like Rashi says, there'll be no wall. The Kedusha of Yerushalayim, we see in the Rambam in so many places, is based on the wall that the city is inside the wall. So the Rebbe says that there's a Nevuah, and I think it's also in Zechariah, where it says that La'asad Lavai, the Eibusher says, I'm going to be the wall to Yerushalayim. And the Eibusher says that he's going to be a Chaymas Eish. There's going to be a fiery wall surrounding Yerushalayim. Whatever this Chaymas Eish means, whether it means literally a fire or the Kedusha of the Eibusher, there's going to be a Chaymas Eish. There has to be a Chayma, separating the Kedusha from this place to the next place. But it's not going to be a physical wall, it's going to be a Chaymas Eish. Whatever is going to be inside that Chaymas Eish, which could be, I don't know, in the whole Eretz Yisrael or wherever it is. But there's going to be a Chaymas Eish surrounding Yerushalayim, and therefore the Pasuk says, Prazis Teishav, because there'll be no physical wall, but there'll be a Chaymas Eish surrounding Yerushalayim. That's the way the Rebbe teaches it in more than one place. Okay, this is all beneged to Yerushalayim, to this concept of Yerushalayim expanding, Kipshuta, in the literal sense. There's still more to on this subject. Next week we're going to continue on this subject when we get to the expansion of Yerushalayim. But now the Pshat al Pi Ruchnis Hanyanim. So there's two places where this is discussed in Chassidus. This inyan is discussed in a Maimer and Parshas Maseh, as I mentioned before. Alter Rebbe look at the Torah. And then there's a Maimer from the Rebbe also, that the Rebbe said 40 years ago, Amar Rav Oishia, the Maimer of Yutas Kislev 40 years ago, the Rebbe discussed this subject as well. What the Alter Rebbe says in Look at the Torah is that what is taka the reason that there's a difference between Yerushalayim and Eretz Yisrael, or Eretz Yisrael and Chutz La'aretz? It's because all the entire world goes through a Seder Shtalshalos. It goes from Ratzilis to Aviyah to Yitzirah to Asiyah. It says besides in Yerushalayim. In Yerushalayim, it doesn't go through the last step of Malchus da Asiyah. In Yerushalayim, it sort of skips that step. It doesn't have that same kind of a slapshus. Yerushalayim receives its ashpah from Yitzirah. And therefore there's an extra kedusha in Yerushalayim. There's more Gilei Lakos in Yerushalayim. The Alter Rebbe there says it goes through Malchus da Asiyah, but Derech Maiver, it passes through, but it doesn't get changed, it doesn't get further formulated by the regular process of Asiyah like the rest of the world. So when it says that Asiyah Yerushalayim should dispashit, what it means is that La'asad Lava, the same level of Kedusha that there is in Yerushalayim, that it doesn't go through that last level of Asiyah, that it gets that hashpah from Yitzirah, La'asad Lava, the whole entire world will have that same direct hashpah from Yitzirah the way Yerushalayim has today. Alter Rebbe's pshat.
The Kodesh Kodashim is Atzilus.
Stama, yeah. And Alter Rebbe says that in Tanya and Perek Nun from days, yeah.
So, and Yerushalayim is Yerushalayim, which that's
correct. We're getting to that in a second. Yes. Then Alter Rebbe over there says also that just like before Chet Eitz Hadas, the entire world was on a different level. The whole world was like Gan Eden. And it's only after Chet Eitz Hadas where the world had a Yerida, and that created a tremendous hell of a Hester. Loss of Love, when Chet Eitz Hadas will be rectified, and the whole world will be elevated to the place that it was before Chet Eitz Hadas.
Even higher than
So then the whole world will be Gan Eden. So that's also, the Alter Rebbe connects that also to this concept that Yerushalayim will be Mispashet B'chol Olam Kulai. This is what it says in L'kutei Torah Parshas Maseh. Then in a Maimer, the Rebbe is Masber, this inyan of Yasid Yerushalayim Shetispashet B'chol Olam Kulai, that this inyan is negay also in Avodas Hashem. The concept of Yerushalayim is in the heart of every single Yid. It's just like we know that a person is considered to be an Olam Katan. Whatever there is in the Olam Gadol, there's in the Olam Katan in the heart of every single Yid. So just like there are the different places in the world, there's Chutz La'aretz, there's Eretz Yisrael, there's Yerushalayim, there's the Beis HaMikdash, there's the Kodesh HaKadoshim, there's 10 levels of Kedusha that the Mishnah says. So in the heart of every single Yid, in the Aved of every single Yid, there are 10 different levels, and Yerushalayim is one of them. What is the inyan of Yerushalayim? Yerushalayim is, like you mentioned before, Taisus brings this, Yerushalayim is Yira Sholem, the highest level of Yira, the Yiras Hashem, that's in the heart of every single Yid. That's the concept of Yerushalayim. And the Rebbe in the Maimer explains that there are two meanings to this. The simple pshat is, what's Yira? Yira is an emotion, it's a feeling. It's the fact that a person has a certain awareness of the greatness of Hashem. And as a result, he has a certain awe of being in the presence of Hashem. That's the pashtus what Yira means. Yerushalayim refers to the fact that a Yid works on himself and comes to a level where he has this tremendous awareness of the Eibishter to the shleimus degree, the highest level of Yira. The Rebbe there says Yira Ilah, the highest level of Yira. That's the level of Yerushalayim that every Yid has to work on reaching. That's one pshat the Rebbe says in the Maimer. Then the Rebbe says there's a deeper pshat here, and that is that every single Yid, whether he worked in it or not, whether he has this bainunus, whether he doesn't, whether he's holding by Yiri law, he's holding by Yiri Tata, doesn't matter which level he's on, every Yid has a nukuda of Yiras Shemayim that resides in his heart, whether he's aware of it or not. Every Yid has that nukuda of Yiras Shemayim that's in his heart, and that's the Yerushalayim that exists in the heart of every single Yid. The Yiras Sholem, the etzem of the neshama of a Yid, is b'shleimus. It's untouchable. It never changes. It's always there, b'shleimus, regardless of what the Yid does. That's a deeper pshat of Yerushalayim. Now, so the Rebbe says the pshat of Asid Yerushalayim shetispashit b'chol olam kulay or b'chol Eretz Yisrael means that b'zman hazeh there's two different parts of the human being. There's the chitzonius of the person, the kaiches hagluim of the person, the way he functions on a day-to-day basis, the things that he feels, the things that he thinks and understands, the way he acts, the way he talks, his machshava d'vura ma'aseh. That's all the chitzonius of the person. Then there's the nekudas Yiras Shemayim, which is the Yerushalayim of the Yid, which is the pnimi, is the essence of the neshama, which is hidden. It's a hava mesoteres. It's concealed. The hispashtus la'asad lavai is that the nekuda of Yerushalayim will come to the surface and it'll be revealed and it'll permeate every single part of the person's life. It'll transform everything in the person's life. That everything in his life will be connected to the nekuda of Yerushalayim that exists in his heart. That's the Asidah Yerushalayim Shetispashit within the life of every single Yid. So it doesn't only mean Asidah Yerushalayim Shetispashit doesn't only mean that Rebbe says that everything a person is going to do is going to be connected to his Etzem HaNeshama, but the Etzem HaNeshama will be in everything. L'chatchila, whatever a person does, whatever decision he makes, whatever feeling he has, it's all going to be the Etzem HaNeshama, which will be Begoli in the life of every single Yid. That's the Ispashtus of Yerushalayim, B'poil in the life of every single Yid. That's the way that Rebbe teaches in the Maimar. You know, how are we zeichet to this? How do we bring out that etzem haneshama that is the heart of every single Yid? So as Chassidus always tells us that even in Golus, so the different matzavim that a Yid is in brings out that etzem haneshama, whether it's persecution that brings out that etzem haneshama, where a Yid has to have Mesiras Nefesh, other challenges, nisyanis that a person has, presses out of the Yid the best and of the person, that brings out the Etzem HaNeshama. So it's Dafka Daveda B'zman HaGolus that brings out this Kayach HaMesiras Nefesh. But B'zman HaZeh, that Yerushalayim that comes out from the heart of a Yid, comes out sometime once a year, twice a year, whenever it is, in certain matzavim, in extreme situations, it comes out. Lasat Lavai, it won't be an extreme matzavim. Lasat Lavai, this Nekudas Yerushalayim that's in the heart of every single Yid will be there, it'll expand. The expansion is, it'll be unlimited, it won't be isolated only to certain times of the year. It'll be expanded and always a Yid will live and experience this Nekudas Yerushalayim in every single moment, in every single part of his life.
But not the Chol Ha'olam Kulai.
The B'chol Olam Kulai, just like as I said, there's the Olam Katan, which is the person. So the B'chol Olam, and according to this pshat of the Rebbe, refers to the whole Olam of the human being, of the person.
Yeah, but it's not Mispasha B'chol Ha'olam Yerushalayim. It's only Mispasha B'chol Ha'etz Yisrael.
Okay, depends according to which opinion. According to one opinion it is. But even if it's only Mispashat in the whole Eretz Yisrael, what does the whole Eretz Yisrael represent? The whole Eretz Yisrael represents the Zayin Amomin, which is the 7 midas of the person, and even more so the other 3 nations, which are the Meichin, Keni, Knizi, Kadmaini. So it's Mispashat in all the Keiches of the person. That all the Keiches of the person will have this Nekudas HaYerushalayim that's usually only confined to Yerushalayim.
So you can have the feeling of Kippur B'Nai Ila, you can have it on...
Every single day when you eat breakfast, lunch, and supper.
You won't eat if you're going to feel
No,
like
fakar, the eating will be kedusha. It won't be a stira. Today, it's like there's the neshama and then there's the regular me. It's 2 different things. So when you talk about eating, was hat es getan mit mein etzem? It's like 2 different
the
worlds.
highest carbon.
Then it'll be alles zusammen. You'll be eating and drinking, and so it's all zayin a chelik of holokos. Won't be a contradiction. Adarabah. Okay, even not can.
Sure.